How you doing, children?
I feel like we should eventually just get that like recorded so that you don't have to do that every single time we do this. Just kind of like how Joe Rogan has his intro for his clips.
Yeah, how am I gonna do it if I have a sore throat?
Yeah. Um. So today's the first. This is the first episode in our new format of the podcast. We're gonna try to stick to one topic and cut it down from whatever an hour and a half, 2 hours like we were doing. And today we're gonna talk about impeachment. That's kind of the biggest news story that's been going on here lately. And I guess just so we're on the same page, Trump technically has not been impeached yet. The House voted to agree to impeach him, but he's not technically impeached until the House tells the Senate, and then the Senate will have to put him on trial or do whatever. So we're waiting for Nancy Pelosi to send that information over to the Senate for a trial.
So
Well,
pretty much they haven't done anything.
well, they voted. They
Yeah.
voted to impeach, and that's where we're at now. What? I'm sure, sure you've got some thoughts on this whole deal.
Yeah, I think it's gonna backfire on them
Why do you think that?
because this is kind of just like a play for them. Because the Democrats, they don't really have a real front runner
They
to go.
got they what does Trump call him? Creepy? Does he call him Creepy Joe? Sleepy Joe?
I don't know, probably sleepy.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing too, because once he gives you a nickname, you're done. You're done. I don't know what he would call like Bernie.
Crazy Bernie. He calls him Crazy Bernie.
Yeah, he kind of is. But like, yeah, they have no real front runner, so it's just gonna be like something to try and like sway people to go for Democrats. But then they're not. I don't think that they're actually gonna be able to impeach him.
To remove him, you mean?
Well, yeah, to remove him from office. So it's really just gonna backfire on him, and then he's gonna have that leverage on him
Mm-hmm.
that they've been going. Because I mean, they've been calling for this since he got elected. They've been calling for it for 4 years. So it's just like, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, I voted for Trump. Um,
Damn right I do.
and even knowing everything that's went on, if I had all this knowledge and went back, I'd still vote for him. Um, but I really think like I align more with the libertarian like views of marry who you want to marry, do what you want to do. Just don't fuck with my money, basically. Don't tell me what to do and don't fuck with my money. Um, but I see it kind of from your point of view that this is, and I hate to say this, it is like a witch hunt, like Trump has said over and over. I don't know what their thought process was in impeaching him because they know, I would hope they know they have a 0% chance of him being removed because they need to get, I think, 20 Republican senators to vote to get him or to vote for removal, and that'll never happen. Even if they could flip some, there's no way they're going to flip 20 senators. Um, and then once that happens and it fails, he's Trump is going to go on with this whole "see, I told you this was a witch hunt. They have nothing on me. I was tried and acquitted and all this stuff." And it's his base of whatever 38% are going to vote for him no matter what. Like he said, you could fucking shoot somebody, they're going to vote for him. Um, but all those like swing voters, the people who aren't hardcore Democrat, hardcore Republican, who will actually listen to everything, I think they're going to see it his way. That the Democrats have spent all this time, they really haven't done anything besides complain about him and try to impeach him. Like that's all they've done since he's taken office. Um, and there's no way for them to spin that.
Yeah, and also it's like, what would be? All right, so he would be the third president to be impeached, right?
He is the third president to be impeached. Yep.
Clinton didn't get taken out of office,
No. No.
correct?
So no.
And Nixon, didn't he resign before he got taken out?
So what happened was Nixon. They impeached him before they had the chance to go to the Senate to vote on removing him. He resigned.
Yeah, so he took himself out of the equation.
Right. Clinton was impeached, went on trial in the Senate, and was not removed.
Yeah, so I mean, right there, it's kind of unlikely. I think of the three, Nixon definitely would have been.
Oh God, Nixon would have been fucked.
Yeah, they would have thrown his ass in jail.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And I think Ford pardoned him like immediately because, excuse me, Ford took over for Nixon, and then I believe he pardoned him.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's gonna end up blowing back on them, and they've really, and really all it is they're just trying to gain power back, but it's like.
Yeah.
For what? Like you're not exactly putting up a good candidate against him, regardless. So
Yeah.
and if he were to be impeached, wouldn't that mean that would mean Pence would take over?
So Trump's wild as fuck, and like he says some dumb shit, but his policies and his thoughts really aren't that radical. Mike Pence is like.
He could just do a better way of explaining them.
Yeah. Mike Pence is like incredibly anti-gay, like even to the point to where it's like this is bordering on insane. So that's what these idiots don't understand. Yeah, you remove Trump, but then you get fucking Mike Pence as a president they're going to react worse to him than they did to Trump just because of his thoughts and views. And I mean, I like the guy. I think he's wrong on that particular issue.
I'll be honest. I just threw him under the bus. I don't really know. Like I know about the whole really against gays, but I don't know. He just looks kind of creepy.
Yeah.
He looks creepy, and I mean, again, Trump could explain his. He could explain a little bit better. Maybe stay off Twitter a little bit.
But it's so humorous.
Well, yeah. What was it? Yeah, I mean, some of his tweets are hilarious, but no, I mean they're just grabbing at straws right now.
Yeah. So I was just
They're
thinking
trying to grab him by the pussy.
that you saying that triggered that in my head, but I remember you and I back when Trump was first running in the debates. Like that's the only time. Like I've always watched debates and stuff like that, but you and I watched that for entertainment purposes, like to laugh. I remember sitting there with you in the living room. We got the first Republican debate on TV, or first or second, and we're drinking beers, and Megyn Kelly goes, "You've called women you don't like fat pigs, slobs, and disgusting animals," and Trump very calmly fixes his tie, puts his finger up, and goes, "Only Rosie O'Donnell," and the place fucking erupted because you would no politician ever has ever spoken like that, and it really is kind of a breath of fresh air. Yeah, there are some instances where you wish he'd tone it down, but I like it because we know, watching how Obama talked in his speeches and everything, nobody talks like that. That Trump, the way he talks in his speeches and everything, I feel like that's how we talk. If you were to sit down and just have a conversation with him about whatever.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. They always say that he's lying and all that, and it's not. It never really seems to be about the big shit. It's always about how well, how well he dominated in the election, and all of this. It's that's really you can expect that.
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd be like, oh, dude, I fucking killed it. 51% to 49. I fucking killed it. I got 70% on that bitch.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. He's like a typical New York like businessman. Like he talks himself up. He over exaggerates stuff. I don't think it's necessarily with malicious intent, but it's like you said. He's talking about a landslide. It wasn't a landslide. It went vastly better than anybody thought.
Uh, to be fair though, I mean, once it got down to him and Hillary, I was like, he's gonna win this shit.
That and that's what I thought too. And I remember on hold on election night, I got off work. I went to vote. The fucking line at the place I went to vote was it was out the door and down the street. I went in Middlebury by where I used to work, and I went. It took me like I got off work right at 5. I didn't get out of the voting place until like 6:30. Um, I grabbed some beer at the liquor store and went home. And I texted my brother Dan. I said, "Hey, are you gonna watch the election?" He's like, "No, she's gonna crush him." I'm like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting. And I open my beer and I'm watching it and drinking beers and after because the first states that come in, there are no surprises. Hillary wins New York and all that stuff, shit that everybody knows. But then when it starts to get really close in like Florida, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina,
Ohio.
oh yeah, well Trump won Ohio pretty easy, and I think it was after Ohio. I texted Dan again. I'm like, this is getting interesting. He's like, no, no, I'm not worried about it. She's gonna destroy him. I'm studying. And then I think after he took Florida, I texted him an update of like the electoral count and how all the states were. And he told me this later. He read my text and ran back to his dorm room to turn it on the TV to watch.
Yeah, because like unlike you, I didn't vote. Uh,
Hmm.
which I know you're disappointed.
You're voting this time around, asshole.
I don't know, but I don't think my vote's gonna be needed at all. But
Still.
no, because I remember because I was at work about 11 o'clock at night. I was there until 1:30. I was
Hmm.
on the last break. I hadn't checked my phone on the election all night because like I was like this motherfucker's gonna win it. And I remember I'm sitting at the table, and there's this like he was like half Hispanic, half white guys sitting with me. We're sitting there chit chatting, and on my phone goes off. It's Google News. Trump wins, and I'm sitting there like, I fucking told you guys. I told you motherfuckers he was gonna win.
What was their reaction?
They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Trump fucking won. But like, and the thing is, and like, I didn't watch any of the presidential debates.
You didn't?
No, none of them with Hillary or Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Because like again, when it got down to him and Ted Cruz, I was like, Ted Cruz has no fucking shot.
Right.
This fucking
Well, Max,
well,
look.
you bring up a good point. But yeah, no, I was like, no, he's got no chance. And I'll be honest, that was some of the most surprising shit. How quickly he took down the Republicans.
Oh my God, I know. I remember watching it like he shot to the front of the pack and watching.
For going in, I was like, oh, probably Jeb Bush.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought. Everybody thought Jeb was going to be the who was going to be the nominee, but he shot to the front of the pack. And I remember all the news stations were like, "Oh, the person who's a front runner this early in the race never ends up getting the nomination. He's just a blip."
He stayed at the fucking front,
Like the whole time.
and then CNN was like, yeah, there's no way that he's gonna win. And then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then cut to the crying.
Crying and screaming and
Yeah.
but
Oh, my favorite was, he's not my president. He kind of is. Now he is.
yeah.
He's been voted in. He's your president now.
But going back to
And you
go
know
ahead.
what's fucking surprising? Like, as much as people bitch about, like, oh, it's fucking terrible, I really haven't noticed much of a difference. I've noticed a little bit on my, my taxes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
seem to be making a little bit more.
exactly.
And I'm
With
kind
this
of,
tax cut.
yeah, I'm kind of like, this is weird. I mean, usually I'm used to get, like, even when I was making a little bit more money, not much more, I
Hmm.
was getting taxed out the ass.
Right.
It seemed
Right.
like I was getting taxed like 30%.
Yeah. 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 No, it cut it down, and that.
It cut it down a startling rate.
Yep.
Like when I remember, like the first time, it would have been last year when I really noticed it. I
Yep.
was like, "There's no fucking way," because like like on the tax forms, it's like you claim 0 or you can claim yourself 1.
Right.
And I normally do 0, but I did 1. And I was like, "Why am I getting taxed so little?" I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I looked at my my pay stub, to see how much in taxes have been taken out.
Right.
Uh, and I've made a surprisingly small amount of money. However, we'll say about 17 something.
Hmm.
Out of that, I've netted 13 and a half.
Wow. Yeah.
And like, so and it's like this weird breakdown though. Because like only, I don't know, 1100's been taken out of the Fed, right?
Hmm.
But then like above that is another one, which I've never seen before. And it's like, because like the rest of it's like a few hundred, like 500 for state,
Right.
you know. Well, it's got fucking 20, like 2 grand taken out in one thing.
Do you know what it is, or?
It's like I don't know, man. It's something weird. Like I've never seen it on there before. It actually shows up above my federal.
That's weird. I'll have to.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe show me sometime, and I'll check it out. See if I can figure out what the hell it is.
Yeah, I'd have to get my other phone because I can't check it on this one.
Oh. But. But yeah, I want to go back to election night because I was watching CNN because as much as I hate them, like their typical news coverage, I always watch them on New Year's, and they're always who I watch on election night. And CNN was not calling it. Like I had it also on my phone and on my laptop, and I saw AP called it, New York Times called it, basically Fox News called it, basically everybody except for CNN called it. And then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm half drunk. I gotta work.
She's still got a chance.
I gotta work the next morning, and I totally lost my train of thought because of that. They're still like kind of trying to lay out how it might be possible for Hillary to win, and then it flashes across the ticker. Hillary Clinton calls Trump to concede the election, and at whatever 3:30, as Trump's walking out to give his acceptance speech, CNN finally calls it, and they have the like break-in like big CNN projection that Trump wins, and text my dad at 3:30 in the morning just a picture of Trump smiling with the thumbs up, and I talked to him the next day. He's like, I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. I barely even watched it. I didn't think he was gonna win, and he goes, I woke up and the first thing I saw was your text message with Trump smiling. And I was so confused. I didn't know what to think.
I didn't think he'd be smiling from a loss like that.
It's like I went to CNN and I had to make sure I wasn't sleeping still. But I went into work and there was this guy I worked with. He's a couple years older than me. And I'm like, Matt, you saw what happened, right? He's like, yeah, so like, this means we can just start grabbing pussies now? Like, that it does.
And then you had sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment training, yep.
Well, I've had to go through that a couple times. Before Trump. I haven't had to since.
But, yeah, no, you're going to have to, you and I, we're going to watch the debates, you're going to form an opinion, and you're going to vote this time around, okay?
I might vote this time around.
What do you mean you might vote? Why would you not?
Look, it depends on who. Like, it would really depend on like who the hell the Dems put up, because like if it's like Bernie Sanders, I'm like, all right, he has a lot of great ideas but no real plans. Joe Biden, fuck him, fuck him. He's not gonna stay awake.
Well,
They'll have to get him out of fucking bed on election night.
well, even Bernie, like you say he's got good plans. Like, yeah,
I said he has good ideas but no plans.
or sorry, good ideas. Just from hearing it without going in depth into it, like everybody gets free college, everybody gets this. Yeah, it sounds nice, but then you think, okay, how are we gonna pay for that? Do you know how much more in fucking taxes you're gonna have to pay?
Well, and the reason I said he has no plans is because I watched the entire like 3 hour thing, 2 or 3 hour thing of him on Joe Rogan's podcast. And like when I was sitting there, it's like, yeah, all right, let's hear what his plans are without these like 2 minute debates. And it's like for 3 hours he gave no fucking plan. He had no idea on how to do what the fuck he wants to do. Yeah. And it's just like, you should have some sort of fucking outline before you go in for 4 years.
Just a basic understanding or a basic idea.
Like, as stupid as it is, like, even Trump, his was like, well, build that wall. And it's like, he said it, and you were like, that's doable.
Right.
You're like, fuck, I throw up walls all the time. This is doable.
Well, yeah, and that's... So I don't...
Although I was against when he was like, and we're going to make Mexico pay for it. It's like, I don't think that they're
no, we're not.
I don't think they're going to budge on this shit. yeah, they're going to be all for that.
But...
They're going to give us some Michelob Ultra and fucking... for payment.
I don't want this whole thing to seem like a circle jerk for Trump, though. He's done some shit that I vastly and wildly disagree with. Have you heard about the new budget, defense budget that Congress just passed?
No.
So it's like, it includes, I think it's like $700 and some odd billion is how much the budget is. It includes funds to pay for the wall, which is cool. I mean, I can go either way on the wall. I'm not huge for it or huge against it.
Well, like, can I just throw something in there real quick?
Yeah.
Because I remember like in the beginning, like there was the whole like travel ban and shit, right? People were outraged. My thought on that was, how about we take care of some of the people, like the homeless that's here right now, instead of fucking worrying about people coming in. Take care of the people that are here first, and then we'll work on that.
Right.
And also, with all the shit that was going on at the time, like...
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm all for making sure terrorists don't come into the country, but just blanket saying, if you're from Syria, Iraq, Iran, whoever, you can't come in. That's a little much, in my opinion.
Yeah, at least vet them.
Right.
Can I have a smoke? And then on to what you were saying before I rudely interrupted you.
So there was that. And one thing that's going to happen, I don't know why this was bundled in with the fucking military defense budget. The age to purchase tobacco and like vaping products is going to rise to 21. That is the stupidest fucking thing, in my opinion, because Trump ran as a conservative, as a Republican. Republicans are all for less government, less intervention. You're going to federally regulate the age to buy and consume tobacco and vaping products?
Yeah, something that isn't mind-altering at all, like kind of like
right,
booze.
Right. I mean, it's bad for you. I don't condone it or.
Well, like, and my thing on that whole vaping bullshit. All right, so, like, I don't know what the final count was on vaping deaths, but I remember the last time I heard it was like 20 something. Out of how many people vape? You're gonna prioritize that shit?
Well, I don't know if you saw the illnesses and the deaths. They weren't from people just vaping jewels. It was from people with the like I use air quotes, black market weed uh, marijuana pods, because instead of using I think it's propylene glycol is what like Juul uses, they were using vitamin E, which like gets all sticky and sticks in your lungs and it hardens, and like that's what people were getting sick from,
Well,
not from juuling.
yeah, and you see, and that's the thing also too, because if you think about it, if you ingest any vitamin too much, kind of fucking kills you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I think vitamin K like destroys the liver if you
right.
uh like have too much of it in your diet.
Mhm.
But it's like so you're gonna fucking prioritize this. All right. Here's a better one though. So like I no, I'm good on that. Um, we were both. I mean, I've never owned a gun.
Mhm.
You've owned one or two.
Yep.
Well, like guns. Instead of fucking with the vape and the tobacco, do something with gun. I'm not saying like take them. I'm by no means am I saying
We were
take
about to
them
get
like
into a fist fight.
yeah no by no means am I saying that. I'm saying like go through a better process of being able to get them. Maybe instead of because like you can be 18 and buy a gun, right? But you can't buy one at a gun shop unless you're 21.
No, no, you have to be to purchase a handgun. I don't know if this is state law or federal law. To purchase a handgun, you have to be 21. To possess it, you have to be 18. That's why when I was 19 or whatever, you had to buy the gun, and then I had to buy the gun, technically buy the gun from you um, to
I'm sure
carry it to make it
statute.
legal.
Yeah, statute is.
The statute of limitations is 5 years, but it was still a legal transaction because you bought it. I was kind enough to give you some money as a gift. You went and bought a gun, and then I bought it from you from for a severely discounted rate.
Yeah, it was like $60.
Yeah. Um, I mean, it's kind of fucked up, but also the way I look at it is the Second Amendment clearly says we should be allowed to own guns. I Crazy people should not be able to possess them. I totally agree with that. But that's about the extent that I believe in that. Anybody who's able-minded should be able to have one. Felon, yeah, have one. Don't fucking do anything stupid with it.
Yeah, but sometimes felons might be doing some felon shit with those guns.
Well, yeah, but
A motherfucker gets out of jail from robbing a liquor store with a knife. I don't think he should be able to go and get a gun right after, because oh, now he's got something that fires bullets. He can't just stab motherfucker, climb over the fucking thing, and
but in the same breath, I'm not a felon. What's stopping me from using my gun to do something stupid?
I would like to think common sense, but sometimes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well, like, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like there should be a better way of going about like weeding out the crazies.
yeah. Okay, I would agree with that.
Maybe weeding out the crazies and like and like the I want to say maybe like 18. There's a lot of 18-year-olds that are still in high school, and with all the school shootings, maybe push it up to 21.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe push it up to 21 to own a gun.
well, that's it. I mean, I think that if back when all that happened, I think that if you didn't think I was mature enough, I don't think you would have done that.
Dude, I was broke.
Huh?
I was broke. I had people telling me, "Don't do that." I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm not gonna do it."
Okay, well, I'm gonna eat my words then, I guess. I figured you had higher morals than that. But
Oh, you fucking know me.
but I mean, I was good with it. I was 18, 19.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, however old I was. But I didn't do anything stupid with it.
I don't know, there was a few times where you're drunk and you're like you had one magazine with fucking bullets in it, one without, and you'd be like, Like, not even making sure that you put in the right one, and they'd be like,
No,
point that motherfucker at me.
I was always very, very careful in that aspect with bullets.
My real surprise, like, my whole thought was, this motherfucker's gonna get drunk and shoot me one day.
Yeah, yeah, that would have sucked. But
For who? Me or you? Which one would get it
both.
worse?
Me, I'd be in jail. You just have a hole in you.
Maybe.
All right, we're getting off topic of politics and Trump, but going back to it, I really really think that is a horrible idea to raise the age to smoke cigarettes and vape to 21 because that's not stopping anybody
Yeah.
at all. I was 13 smoking cigarettes, however old I was. 14.
I mean, it worked well when they went through Prohibition. You know.
Well,
that fucking went well.
Yeah, motherfuckers bootleg it. There's a black market for it. People are going to doctors, getting it prescribed for medicinal reasons. It's
could you imagine? We'd have a whole bunch of high schoolers asking us, 18-year-old high schoolers asking us, hey, can you buy me cigarettes?
right. Fucking 20-year-old college students.
Hey, this sounds ridiculous. Oh, you want me to buy you booze? No, cigarettes.
And my biggest issue with it, one of my biggest issues with all this is...
How are you supposed to give your kids cigarettes?
No. You're going to let somebody at 17 or 18 go and join the military, but you got to be 21 to purchase alcohol and cigarettes. That just doesn't make sense to me. You're going to let somebody fucking die for this country, but when they're on military bases and whatever, they can buy it. But if you're home on leave after you just spent a fucking year in shithole Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever, fighting or doing whatever, you can't run down to the store and get a 6-pack of beer to relax. Or go and buy a pack of cigarettes. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Might as well just buy a prostitute. That money that you can't save.
I also think sex work should be legal. Prostitution should be legal. Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Get me laid.
I think all drugs should be legal.
Maybe not heroin.
All of them. Because then you're going to have no drug dealers. Crime is going to go down. Junkies are going to be junkies. If heroin's legal tomorrow, I'm not going to be like, oh, heroin's legal. Let's go try some fucking heroin, Dirty.
Yeah, but then Dirty would be like, all right. Been waiting for this talk for years.
But, yeah, I don't know. That's where my libertarianism comes out.
Yeah, I kind of just don't give a shit what people do. Just like, let me do my own thing.
Yeah, don't fuck with my money. I work to get my money. Taxation is theft.
No, I'll go with this. Like, yeah, let's fix up the goddamn roads. Like, that's where mine goes.
Yeah, think about that.
And you know what? Like, I'm kind of like, why the fuck are we getting taxed for schools if we don't have kids? Like, if we don't have kids,
Right.
What the fuck are we getting taxed for? It's not my fucking problem.
Yeah, I feel like that they should almost, and I don't remember where I heard this, but every year, instead of paying taxes, at the beginning of the year, the government can send you a checklist. Schools, roads, Social Security, whatever, with everything. You can check mark whatever you want to, and a percentage, however much you want, will go to that. It shouldn't be forcibly taken from you.
Well, yeah, but like I kind of think that's almost how candidates should run too. It should really be more like hey, what would you want done?
Yeah. My beliefs don't matter. I represent the people. If I think gay marriage is wrong, but the majority of people want it, we're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I think that's just common fucking sense.
Well, you would think, but it's not really how it seems to go. Because you'll have like a lot of people like, I don't want to fucking pay all these goddamn taxes for a lot of shit that I don't use. And they're like, well, let's throw in some more.
Yeah. So, where we stand now is I think we're both very much against the impeachment and removal of the president. He's done enough. He has so for impeachment and removal, the president has to commit high crimes and misdemeanors. Is how it's worded. He has committed no crimes from what I've seen. The Democrats are taking a phone call, twisting words, interjecting in what they want to make it fit a narrative. You can say literally, or no, you can say just about any sentence you want to, and if you give me enough time, I can figure out a way to craft it.
To where it's just like, fuck the American people.
Right. He said they, and that means the American people, and just add stuff in and twist it around. And it's just mind-blowing. I look at CNN every day, and I look at the headlines, and I just shake my fucking head. Because it's so ridiculous, I can't even wrap my mind around it.
Yeah. I don't know. I try not to pay attention to the news too much.
Why not? For that reason? So you don't get pissed off?
Because, I mean, either way, I'm going to find something that just looks ridiculous. Like, sometimes, I mean, everyone knows CNN is wide left and Fox News is way to the right.
CNN is so far left. Fox News is so far right. I just wish there was some place I could go to get something genuinely and truthfully in the middle. This is what happened. These are the facts. This isn't what I think.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could find something like that on Twitter. But, like...
Oh, my... Twitter is the fucking worst.
Yeah, because it's like... It's like a bunch of people there, like, anti-Trump or pro-Trump. And it's like,
they're either
no matter
pro-Trump...
what, there's bias no matter what.
Right. They're either so pro-Trump it's disgusting because they're sucking his dick so hard, or they're so anti-Trump that it's just, you're mind blown at how stupid they are.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Because, like... How do I want to put this? Oh. It had to do with Twitter. Because, like... I don't know if you've really noticed, but, like, I don't really follow a whole lot of celebs.
I don't check your
Twitter
follows.
No one does. But, no, but, like... like, on Twitter... like... I really dislike celebrities. And, like, celebrities, and then I've got another one to branch off of it. Because, like... They go so far left. Like, I remember one time, I was watching Conan on TBS.
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg was on there. He was talking about being poor. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You've been fucking loaded since you were 20.
Yeah, you've been loaded since the fucking 90s. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're out of the loop.
Yeah. And that's... I mean, either way... Left, right, middle. I like these people because they make good movies, they make good music. I don't want to fucking hear your politics. Even if I agree with them 100%, just shut the fuck up, make your movies, sing your songs, and let's enjoy it. Don't fucking polarize people.
Yeah, politics and music. Yeah, that one really bugs the shit out of me. Because, like, I remember... It was like on Facebook. It was like it was before Trump got elected.
But was it like during the whole like?
Yeah. It was like during the, election process.
Mm-hmm.
But this band, and they had a couple good songs in the '90s. But like, they posted this fucking video, and it was at one of their concerts, and they made like the rainbow flag, but it said "Make America Hate Again."
Oh my god.
And I was just like, you fucking, you fucking like trying to stay fucking relevant 20 years past your prime.
What band was this?
Fucking band called Filter, and like, dude went on like this like rant in the middle of the fucking concert. It's like, shut up! They're there to listen to the music, not your fucking
Right.
politics.
Right. And that's like I said, if I would be so pissed if I was at a concert and whoever I was there to see said literally everything I agree with. It's like I paid money to listen to drink this goddamn beer and listen to your music. Not to talk about politics, not to talk about the weather. I want to hear your fucking music.
Yeah,
And that's why a lot of like movies and TV shows now, I can't get super into them because they take such a hard political turn. And it's like, come on.
one thing I've not like, it's not really like politics wise, but like I'll be listening to podcasts, and I'll be listening to these motherfuckers. They'll be like, they'll throw out like numbers like $6,000, like they paid $6,000 for something,
Hmm.
just like it's nothing. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and these people are talking.
And it's like I gotta work like 6 months to get that.
Yeah, right? But I mean, it's. I fucking hate to say it, but the way it's going, if something doesn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another civil war. Where.
But like it'll be some weird civil war where it's not like split down the middle where it's like North versus South.
Well, no.
It'll be like fucking Ohio and Indiana around the same.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it'd probably be more likely that it'd be Michigan and Indiana on the same page while we're having to fight from the left and the right with Illinois and.
Yeah, but I really think the catalyst for it will be when Trump is reelected, because these people, the left, has been for the last 4 years been kicking and screaming and crying and throwing a tantrum. If he's elected again, I think the Trump supporters are going to get fed up and sick and tired of the protests, and these idiots are going to start burning stuff and throwing fits and wanting to impeach him again.
Well, and for all the bullshit that like, cause like the left, they'll say that like anyone that's conservative is racist. And it's like
That's the biggest fucking turnoff.
it's like, oh my god, tell me about it. I'll be on Tinder and be like if you're conservative, swipe left. Like, oh my god, you're one of those people. But it's like they instigate so much bullshit. It's like they bitch about all these problems that they're starting.
Sorry, Johnny. To kind of excuse me, to kind of go back to your point of I lost it. What were you just saying?
That
Them saying if you're conservative, you're racist, or if you don't agree with everything I say, you're racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever ist. That's what immediately turns me off to ever, in this election cycle, voting Democrat. Because if there was a Democrat with good ideas and shit that I agreed with, just because they had the D next to their name, that wouldn't matter to me. But just because of how hateful they are, I take that back. There's one Democrat I'd vote for. That's Tulsi Gabbard. I would vote for her, but she's not gonna make it.
Yeah, I have that's how little I've been paying attention, and I have no idea who the fuck that is.
She's a representative she's a Democratic representative from Hawaii. She's been on Joe Rogan's a couple times. You should listen to it. She's super intelligent. She's pretty hot too.
Yeah, that usually helps.
Yeah, that's back in the day. I'm like, yeah, come on, Sarah Palin. I could look at you for 4 years.
Yeah, and then for 8 years you're watching Nail and Sarah Palin.
Who's nailing Palin?
Yeah, that one.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
But yeah, no, I mean, they just, for as much as they say that the right starts, they really know how to instigate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Like, you remember a few months ago, there was that one young kid. He's wearing the Make America Great Again hat, and the Native American was
Yeah.
walking up by him, and he
Yeah.
had
The
that,
16-year-old kid.
yeah, and he had that, like, shit eating grin.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, and they're talking about all this shit about how, like, he was instigating, and it's like, no, he knew that they didn't like that shit, and he was just kind of like, yeah, I'm wearing the fucking hat.
Well, I mean, and think about it. You're
Did
16.
some chick get fucking hit? Like I could have swore I saw something on Joe Rogan's podcast where some chick got hit because some motherfucker by a guy, and some other, or no, pepper sprayed or something, maced.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, and he thought that she was wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat, but like it was the same color and everything, same white letters, but it said "Make something else great."
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it's like, these motherfuckers, they're looking at the fucking hat and they just see white and red. They see red and white and they just like lose their shit.
They're
It's like a racist yelling at a black crayon.
It's like a Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah, well, no, it's hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know.
Trying to set me up there. Go into that.
No, but it's horrible. We're at a point where something's got to give before something major happens, and we're all we're all gonna regret it. So, do you have anything else you want to add here? Or
No, nothing intelligent to add.
all right, let's go to Taco Bell.
Goodbye.